behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up in just a moment. But don't forget about that subscribe button and bell button is below you there. And anytime you click those, you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part of this interview, you'll see the contact info, and we'll have that repeated at the closing credits at the end of the show as well. So stay tuned for that. From Dresden, Tennessee today, we have Kenny Presley, and from what he was told, he's the son of Elvis Presley. But anyway, he'll tell the story in a minute, and we'll get to that interview, which starts right now. Okay, everybody, here it is, the interview time, and with us from Dresden, Tennessee, we have Kenny Presley with us today. Thanks for joining us, Kenny.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And of course, Kenny is the son of the late Elvis Presley, and well, we're glad to have you here, though. Tell us a little bit about how it all began for you as far as music. I'm sure that your dad really encouraged you when you were little, or maybe it goes deeper than that. But anyway, tell us in your own words.
Well, I grew up in church. I grew up in a very religious family. My grandparents went to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and I started getting real interested in music in church and singing gospel music. So I was an Elvis fan long before I ever knew that he could possibly be my father. And I actually started singing his songs at 11 years old. I had a 4-piece band put together, and we were doing local venues. I actually opened up the first Walmart that came to our town. So that was kind of awesome for me at 12 years old at the time. My story is only facts that I can tell of what I know as far as me being Elvis Presley's son, or possibly. I do know my mother met him. I do know she spent time with him on more than one occasion. And my mother passed 3 years ago on December the 1st. And until her dying day, she swore that Elvis Presley was my father. Now, anything beyond that, I won't sit here and tell you that, yes, I know and believe 100% that he is, because I don't know that. I do know what my mother told me. I do know what I know as far as what I proved over the years. And those are what I know are facts. His cook, Miss Mary Jenkins, was a personal friend of mine. I sang at her funeral in 2000 when she passed. And she told me stories about meeting Mother in Graceland with Elvis. He would bring her in most of the time through the back way. And her name was Barbara, but he had little nicknames for people. He called her Bobby, or Bobby Socks sometimes. And so Miss Mary actually remembered her as being Bobby Socks. And but other than that, I was an only child, and my mother and I were always very close. And so we never had any falling outs or anything over the years. We were always close, mother and son. So I don't think she would have a reason to lie to me about anything. And the only thing that I will tell people is the truth of what I know. And beyond that, it's as far as I can go, man. I'm a terrible liar.
Okay. All right. Well, I know you've been doing this for quite a while, where you've been carrying the legacy of your father, or that you are pretty sure that that's your father. And I hope you got many years ahead of you. What were some of the groups that you grew up with that helped influence you?
Well, I grew up. One of my big country heroes was Conway Twitty, and I became friends with him before he passed. I was playing in Branson in '93, the year he passed, and we met early that year. And he was just playing down the road from a theater from where I was playing. And so on one of my nights off, I went to his show and met him. He met me after the show. We sat and talked and became friends. man, he was a wonderful guy. And I hated 2 or 3 weeks after we become friends and started talking, he passed. You know, there's a lot of old country artists. Mickey Gilley was a buddy of mine, and I always liked his music. Jerry Lee, and that style of music is what I liked. And you know, I liked a lot of the old rock groups too. You know, Huey Lewis and the News and Kiss and some of the old 70s and 80s rockers. Man, that's what I grew up with.
Okay, yeah, Conway Twitty, you know, he's a legend, and I loved his music growing up. And you mentioned a couple other ones, you know, like Kiss and Huey Lewis and the News, so forth, and you know,
Right.
good ones there. I suppose you don't have any music on streaming or anything, do you? If not, at least tell us where we can find you, like on social media and on YouTube or official websites, whatever. I mean, tell everybody where we can find you.
You can find me just about on any way you stream music right now. We just dropped a brand new song last night. It's called Dear Mom. It's an original. My friend Mike Parr and I wrote the song, and it's a beautiful song. And so you can get it on YouTube, Spotify, wherever how you stream music. And I encourage everybody. Everybody's got a mother, and especially if you've got one that you've lost, this song will hit home to everybody.
Okay, yeah, it's a great song, and we're getting ready to play that in a second. And
Awesome.
And that is kind of a self-explanatory song, I can tell, Dear Mom. But before we go, I want to thank you so much, Kenny, for being on the show today. If you ever want to come back sometime and plug something new that you got, you know, let me know. Maybe we'll have you back on again sometime.
I sure do appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, no problem, Kenny. And here it is, Dear Mom by Kenny Presley, and it starts right now.
Now that you are gone, I miss you more every day. I hide it from my friends and family. I don't want to face the fear that tomorrow I won't see your smiling face in front of me. I learned so much from you. I hope it shows in what I do. Dear Mom, you were always there for me, even though you're nowhere in sight. Even if it's day or night, dear Mom, you were always close to me. I love you for eternity. I keep you in my memory, dear Mom. Remember when I was a baby, you cuddled me in your arms, a young mom, so sweet and proud. Now I'm going through our pictures, flashing back to memories. Heaven's not far, I feel you with me now.
With me now.
Love you gave to me, I send that eternally. Oh, in the sweet by and by, we shall meet again over on that beautiful shore. Dear Mom, you were always there for me, even though you're nowhere in sight. Even if it's day or night, dear Mom, you are always close to me. I love you for eternity. I keep you in my memory, dear Mom.